Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long Boys 1975. YouTubers on the rise. Reviewing games rated I and sometimes friends. But Long Boys 1975.
Yeah, let me just apologise in advance because obviously you can see tear text there. This is Strider 2 on the Amstrad CPC. Did you notice how lazy the loading screen was? It's basically the original loading screen, only they've just stuck 2 on it and put 2 swords or cyber katanas on it. Also, if you pay attention here, you'll notice that this absolutely dreadful representation of the original Strider's theme tune is the same as it is in the original game. Exactly the same. It's fucking awful there as well. And why are you playing Strider 2, Dave, on the Amstrad CPC on your Super Console X, released by US Gold in 1990 and developed by Tear Text? Why didn't you play the original? Well, it's funny you should ask. I just tried to play the original, which is a port of the ZX Spectrum, only they've made the main character pink, and it's even slower and has an even more horrendous frame rate than the Spectrum version, because it's a badly unoptimized port. And I wanted to play it, but once you beat level 1, it just crashes. So I thought, let's have a look at the infamous Strider 2, which is a sequel to the original Strider, developed by US Gold for the Atari ST, the Amiga, Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, and Amstrad CPC. I have, and did it make it to the NES? Don't know. I played it on the Master System, and I played it on the ZX Spectrum and Commodore 64, and it's awful because it's based on the original conversion of Strider they did for the Micros and not the arcade or the Mega Drive version, which means it's missing a whole bunch of shit in controls, as is this. Also, while the box art is not as terrible as the first game's box art on the Micros and the Master System, pretty fucking bad, but it's got the stupidest story ever. The objective of the game is to rescue the princess of the planet Magenta from a terrorist group that is keeping her captive. I thought the original game was a dystopian, like, Russian future. I don't know, but this got absolutely panned by everyone and everything. As I said, later on a Mega Drive version came out which I have gameplay of, and it's awful. Fucking terrible. Although, boring random fact before we get into this, your Sinclair reviewed the Spectrum version and liked it so much that they said Capcom should make the arcade sequel to Strider based on this. Thank fuck, 9 years later they did not. Anyway, let's get into this. 2, joystick. Hello? And fire. Right. Massive bezel at the bottom of the screen. That was also in the first game. This is not the port of the Spectrum because obviously we're in mode 0 now. To the bottom right hand of the bezel is a picture view just to remind you of who you are. To the left, I guess, is the main enemy. And then the score, time, because it's ticking down because of course it has lives at the bottom, level 1, bottom right of that. And then one of those is my energy and one of those is... don't know. Press forward and fire and you have your cyber katana. Stand still and fire and you have the most ineffective gun ever. This is how US Gold decided to mix it up. Up, left, jump, duck. Also, while your katana fires slightly quicker than it does in the original Strider, if you were on the Amstrad Spectrum Commodore, if you remember, in the arcades and the Mega Drive version, you could absolutely spout death. Also, I can tell you this, I mean the graphics aren't terrible, they're not the greatest thing I've seen on the Amstrad, and the frame rate is appalling. But enemies just constantly spawn. Just constantly. That's energy. To be fair, it's quite generous with the energy. Can I climb up a rope? These things are fucking irritating. We don't have music and the sound effects are just tin foil. To be fair, this is what the Mega Drive version's like. And the Master System. They got slightly better graphics, but they still suck in the gameplay department because I scratched my face then, that's why I took a hit. Can't get used So how you use the gun and the katana separately, it's just not natural. You should let me have another button, you know, pick between them. But yeah, so the Mega Drive version is just a shit. It's the same game, and it didn't get very good reviews either. The frame rate's making me want to be sick in my head. Then why are you showing us, Dave? Because why not? Lifts. You can't hang on platforms. Right, so jump up. Now I'm on lift and I'm going up. I can't jump. Because, of course. Right, so we may as well see what's that shot. I mean, I guess it's like, imagine in Renegade, they must have negotiated something so they retained the rights to do what they wanted to it after they ported the original game to absolutely everything. To be fair, the Master System version's not terrible. And there's a certain charm to the Amiga and the Atari ST version, or they are terrible. And I do remember when I had my Japanese imported Mega Drive and a copy of Strider back in the day, I used to take the piss out of the kid in the class who would always argue with me that the Amiga was better. And I could see it was, as a computer, but not a games machine. And jump! I made it! Damn sure! And he wouldn't have it. No, the Amiga kids Mega Drive that. So I just said one day, a copy of CVG and a copy of Me Machines. When they were separate, let's have a look at Strider, shall we? And he still wouldn't admit it, because Lee Helen was a massive cockwomble. But apparently his dad once threw a cat over his house, and I'm not talking they lived in a bungalow. He told us this when he was 15. And if there was ever a nuclear war, his dad was the person who would press the button to take the Queen down in the lift in the nuclear shelter. Yep, those were real statements. Needless to say, he wasn't very popular. Spoiled cunt as well. If you watch this, Lee Helen, hey, facts! Facts are painful, but you bought it on yourself. Energy! Yoink. See, the constant spawning and shit, also going up here was completely pointless, because any energy you get from coming up here, you've pretty much expended. Getting back down, because all we do now is go right, sure. I'm sure you can climb ropes, but I might be confusing that with, I'm going to be sick, the Mega Drive version, which is essentially the same game, I should say, sorry, not exactly the same game. Also, we all remember birds and Strider, don't we? Because you know, that's what you want from an enemy. I remember the mechanic eagle and shit like that, but not just like parrots. Parrot is dead. This franchise is after this. Look at him just hovering around the edge of... Oh! Right. You can climb this one. Boo boo boo! Crack gun! Apparently it's a rifle. Look, now I can climb. Look, now it's remembered what the original game is based on. Gotta let you do that. That'd be dodgy enemy placement otherwise, wouldn't it? This is awful. I'd love to know what reviews... Look at his little swagger though. I'll give him that. Yeah, what reviews it's got. What was that I just saw? On the Amstrad. We already know that your Sinclair said it was great, but to be fair, I was in Mega Drive time at that point, so I didn't read any Spectrum magazines anymore. Oh look, you can climb another wall. Look. See, we're kind of Strider. Remember Strider? You know, that game that was good and you kind of liked when you played the Mega Drive version and or the arcade? Not our version. I might have to do a gameplay of the Atari ST version. Oh, because I got to press forward. Oh, it's just fucking useless. If the enemy is right upon you like that... It's weird. It's not let me... Oh! Yeah. Remember that bit Strider when you get into a robot? It disappears? No, that's it. Fuck knows what that's doing. No, I kill him. Do it? I don't know what's going on. Look, said US Gold. We're trying something a little bit different. I know, said Dave, and it's not fucking working. And now I'm back to being normal. What even was that? I don't think that's an emulation thing. I think the sprite has literally clips out in the original one. Can I climb up? Yes. Look, but there's no point. Because I can't jump to the other one. But I can go to that one. And then I can go to that one. And then that one. And then is there any... No, I hit the roof. And now, fuck it. But there's no point to that. Because look. Now I can just climb the wall. Because this is the bit where the game decided that it wants to actually play like Strider again. Oh. And the game has crashed. Which, to be fair, I think we can all say is a blessing. Strider 2. Or, if you're playing it in North America on the Amiga and or Sega Genesis, Journey from Darkness, Strider Returns. Anyways, always a love to not think, especially if you played this pile of shite back in the day. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.